Welcome to my channel, Explore and Learn by NK.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to Explore and Learn by NK. So in this video, I'll talk about TCS NQT exams for freshers, which TCS conducts every year for the recently passed graduates. Right. So I'll cover this 20 frequently asked questions, and which is very important. So it would be helpful for you if you are preparing for TCS NQT. So it will include HR, technical, and project related questions, and situational as well. So a complete guide for the interview preparation video. So here just as few tips that would benefit, that would you should personalize them with your own details. So first thing, do not memorize word for word, right? Understand the structure and then you have to answer. So for this, replace placeholder if you have, such as Java, Python, and with your actual skills, and keep HR answers around just for 45 to 60 seconds. And for any technical questions, explain the concept first, then give a simple examples, right? And know every project and technology written for on your CV. So if you have written something in your CV, you will need to be prepared for the same, right? Because the interviewer will ask definitely for those. Whatever you have written in your project, in your resume. So here we go. So the question number one, they'll ask for your introduction. Tell me about yourself. So the sample answer would be, I'm a graduate with a strong interest in your technology and problem solvings. And do not forget to add AI, right? So whatever the concept of AI, you should expose that. So during my academic journey, I developed skills in programming, databases, and software fundamentals. So, and you can further elaborate that I have also worked on academic projects which I have where I have learned to apply these concepts practically. So I'm a quick learner, I can be a good team player, and I am looking for an opportunity in TCS where I can learn continuously and contribute to real world projects. So this should be the concrete tell me about yourself answers. So always be truthful and adopt this answer on you to your own experience. It's not word to word, but yeah, this is the sample answer. You can accordingly add or remove anything. So question number two is, why do you want to join TCS? So you can just answer the I want to join TCS because it's a leading global IT services company with opportunities to work on diverse technologies and projects. And I also value the company's learning environment and career growth opportunities. So as a fresher, I believe TCS can give me a strong foundation while allowing me to contribute through my technical and problem solving skills. Right. So this would be the concrete answer for this if you were asked why do you want to join TCS. Okay. Now the third one, why should we hire you? I think this would be the frequently asked questions everyone would ask, right? So you can just tell, okay, you should hire me because I bring a combination of technical fundamentals, technical expertise, or willingness to learn. So you should always try to expose that, okay, you are a good learner, and adaptability and teamwork. As a fresher, I may not know everything, but I am comfortable learning new technologies and taking responsibility. So I'm committed to improve continuously and contributing positively to the team, right? So accordingly, you can prepare. Why should we hire you? So, and question number four is, what are your strengths, right? So you can tell my key strengths are quick learning and problem solving and adaptability. When I face something unfamiliar, I first understand the problem, break into a smaller chunks, and then work hard towards a solution. I also value teamwork and communication because good results often requires collaboration. So always try to emphasize on the good team player and the learner, right? Now, now, what is your weakness? This also you may be asked, right? One area I have been working on is spending too much time trying to make my work perfect. But I have learned to manage this by setting priorities, and defining deadlines and focusing first on delivering a correct and useful solution. Right? This has applied me become more efficient. So you can just tell, okay, what is your weakness for that sample answer. So the best takeaway of this is, I mean, we should, all know about agile and sprint, right? So we should not be focusing, right, to deliver everything perfectly, right? Instead of, we can deliver, minimum viable products, or in chunks, at least something you need to deliver, right? So this one you can tell, and explain your final year project. So accordingly, whatever your project you have completed, so that you can elaborate and explain. So my project focused on solving a practical problem using the technologies mentioned in my CV. I was involved in understanding the requirements, designing the solution, implementing key features, and testing the results. So the project taught me how to convert a requirement into a working solution, troubleshoot issues, and collaborate with others. And then you can explain the technicalities of your projects. Okay, what are the technical stack you have used, and what are the what is this project all about, right? And how the end user can use this, and which programming language you are most comfortable with. So you can tell if you are from Java cluster, Python, or C++. So you can tell about the same, I'm comfortable with this, and choose your actual language, right? Understand its core concepts such as variables, control statements, functions, arrays, string, oops, and exception handling. So these are the key areas you have to you have to explain if you are asked. So you have to be well prepared. And I have used the language in the academic projects and coding practice, and I am currently improving my problem solving skills with it, right? So accordingly you can. And what are the four pillars of OOP, right? Object oriented programming. The four main concepts are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. So encapsulation means keeping data and methods together and control access, right? Abstraction hides unnecessary implementation details, and inheritance allows the class to acquire properties from another class, right? And polymorphism allows the same interface or method concept to behave differently in different situation. So these are the four pillars, you must memorize it. And what is the difference between C++ and Java? This also, these are frequently asked questions. So C++ is generally compiled to native machine code, while Java code is compiled into bytecode that runs on the Java virtual machine, JVM. C++ supports direct memory management and pointers, whereas Java provides automatic garbage collection. Right? These are the basic difference. Java is designed for platform independent through the JVM, while C++ is commonly compiled for a specific target platform. So these are the, conceptual view of the difference between C++ and Java. And what is DBMS, database management system? So a database management system is software used to create, store, organize, retrieve, and manage data in databases. It provides mechanisms for querying data, controlling access, maintaining consistency, and managing transactions. So you can give the example like including MySQL, Oracle, right? And SQL, and so these are the DBMS, right? So now what is normalization? So normalization is the database design technique used to organize data, right? And reduce unnecessary duplication. So it divides data into related tables and establishes appropriate relationship between them. The goal is to improve consistency and make database updates safer and more efficient. So if we do normalization, then the retrieval of the data would be faster because of the organize data, and less duplication, right? Unnecessary redundancy. What is SQL, right? SQL standards for structured query language. It is commonly used to communicate with relational databases. With SQL we can retrieve, insert, update, and delete data. right, as well as create and modify databases structures. So important concepts include select, where, join, group by, order by, and aggregate functions, right? So you need to hold some, grip on SQL, because you will be asked, you may be asked to write a query. So accordingly, you have to prepare. So primary key and foreign keys, right? A primary key uniquely identifies each record in a table, like we can say student ID, right, or roll number cannot be duplicate, right? So a primary key unique identifies each record in a table and cannot contain duplicate values. A foreign key is a column that refers to a key in another table and used to establish relationship between tables. For example, a customer ID can be a primary key and in a customer table, and a foreign key in the in an or an order table, right? And what is operating system? So an operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware and provides an environment for application to run, right? So it manages resources such as CPU, memory, storage, and input output devices. Important operating system concepts include processes, threads, memory management, file systems, and scheduling. Now, if you answer these questions, then I think, yeah, they will be impressed. So you have to memorize, I mean, you have to understand this difference between process and a thread. A process is a program in execution with its own resources and memory space, right? But a thread is a smaller unit of execution within the process. So threads belongs to the same process, can share resources, right, which makes them useful for concurrent tasks. Okay, while process generally have a stronger isolation. So a thread can be is a smaller unit of execution within the same process. And what is software development life cycle? So software development stands for software development, SDLC stands for software development life cycle. This is a structured process for developing and maintaining software. So common stages include requirement. First you have to gather the requirement, and then you have to analysis the requirement, then planning and design, and then followed by development, testing, and deployment, and then maintenance of that software. So each stage helps ensure that the final software meets business and user requirements. Now, what is an API, right? API stands for Application Programming Interface. So it defines how one software component can communicate with another. For example, an application can use an API to request data from the server, and APIs make it possible for different systems and services to interact without exposing their internal implementation. So API acts as a bridge between two systems, right? So you have to understand this as well. And how do you handle a conflict with a teammate? This is the situational based questions. So interviewer want to assess your, the way of thinking. So at first listen to the teammate, understand the reason of the conflict or the disagreement. So I'd focus on the project goal rather than making it personal, right? So then I'd discuss the options objectively and try to reach a solution based on the facts and requirements. If necessary, I would involve the appropriate senior or team lead. So accordingly, you have to resolve the conflict, right? Are you willing to relocate or work in shifts? So your straight answer should be yes. I understand that IT projects can require flexibility based on the client and business requirements. So I am open to relocate and shifts subjects to the terms of the role. I see the flexibility as part of the gaining experience and working effectively with different teams. So initially, if you enter the corporate sector, you have to be flexible for relocation and works in shifts. That's how whenever, I mean, you gain the experience, then you gradually you will be settled. Now, where do you see yourself in next 5 years, right? In 5 years, I want to be a dependable technology professionals with the strong technical and problem solving skills, and I would take ownership of important tasks, contribute to projects, and gradually handle greater responsibilities, bigger responsibilities. My goal is to keep learning while creating measurable values for the organization. So this one you can. So final interview checklist. So first, resume, know every line, because They may ask, from the anywhere, from any point. So no, you should know every line project, know your role, technologies and challenges. So you have to understand your role in the project, what you have included in your CV, and technology, which technologies you have used, and challenges if you have faced, right? Coding, revise basics and practical, explaining your logic. And technical, so OOPS, DVMS, SQL, operating system, software development lifecycle, API, right? And HR, for HR, prepare introduction, strengths, weakness, relocation and career goals. Communication, answer clearly, calmly and honestly. And always you should be up to the point, do not drag anything, otherwise they will be uh, yeah, it will not be, more effective. So and always just try to homework on some AI basic concepts like generative AI, prompt engineering, right? And cloud or cursor AI. So how you can, make use of AI tool for daily day-to-day work to improve the productivity. So you should add this one also, so it will be good for us, for you. So yeah, I think that's it. Hope you like it, and thanks. Happy learning.